Hello children, welcome to NEET World. This is Narayani. I am your foundation biology educator. In yesterday's class, we discussed about the level 3 questions and some of the leftover questions will be discussed now. Okay children? So, children, after every completion of the chapter, you have to do the MCQs. Right, then you can check your efficiency, how much you understood from the topic, how much revise the topic once again. So the content you understood, you can be able to reflect in the MCQs. You can get confidence by doing this MCQs. So if I am solving here, just do follow the regularly the MCQs, because I am increasing the day by day level of the increasing the MCQs. In level 1, the basic questions which are direct questions I explained. In the level 2 questions, little difficulty. It's not like you can there will be the 4 options will be in front of your eyes only, but there are 2 options which is very similar to the question. So those 2 answers will be the same for the related to the content, but you have to check correctly. So in level 3 questions, it's not like that, right? We are discussed the true or false questions. They are given the 4 statements and asked which is true and which is false and all that. So the difficulty is increasing. If you children, if you regularly following the level 1, level 2, level 3, you can check your efficiency and how much you improved also, you get to know. Then if any doubts, please comment in the comment section children. I will clear you all your doubts, okay? So this is what about the I want to tell you about these MCQs while solving the level 1, level 2. I am just increasing the difficulty, and it will increase your analytical thinking, how to solve a question. You can you able to know about it, right? So okay, let's start the session. Before we are going to start the session, I am informing you children, we are started the foundation summer camp course for the 6th to 10th standard people who are upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Those students we are providing the foundation summer camp children, and the batches are already started children, and this foundation summer camp is for up to 15 days. We properly analyzed, and the topics which are discussed in this summer camp, we are clearly analyzed, and we designed this foundation summer camp of 15 days. So every batch is starting after 15 days, and the batches are going on. If you really interested, just contact with us. So here in the first 10 days of the out of 15 days children, the first 10 days we are discussing the very core concepts which are related to the examinations of NEET and JEE. If you understand the basics well, you can go through when you are in the 11th and 12th standard, you can easily grab the subject, right? So the core concepts we are discussing in these 10 days. And after 10 days children, we are providing 2 days activity based learning. In the activity based learning, you can know about you get enthusiasm, how it is happening, you will know about everything. So in the 2 days we are conducting the activity based learning, that is so. So in the 13th day we are conducting the quiz. By the quiz you can check your efficiency before and after your performance. So here we'll make you give the prizes also, so that you can boost your confidence. So in the after 13th day children, in the 14th day, we are giving the cumulative assessments of subjects we are discussing with you. The core subjects we are discussing in these foundation summer camp is physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics. These are the 4 subjects we are dealing with it. So the overall we discuss the topics, and we are giving the 15th day the cumulative assessment of overall all subjects we discussed. And coming to the 15th day, which is very important day children, because we are providing in 15th day the career guidance program. If you have a dream, you don't know how to achieve it, you don't know what kind of exams is there and all that, we will explain very clearly in detailed way to achieve your goal, how in what subjects you have to be perfect, you have to be improved, and all that we will say in this career guidance program. We will show the way that you have to achieve it. So this is how we designed the 15 days of summer camp course children. It is for both the CBSE and SSE also. For you can access through our through offline also and online also. For offline people, you can happily come to our institute name called NEET World, present in Narayani Metro Station, Hyderabad. And coming to the who want to join through online children, just down scrolling number is there, no children, contact with that number, then we will give you access in our app name called MedWorld. There you can access our classes children. This is how you can access our classes, and especially for the, it is for the students of 6 to 10 people, upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, they are the, it is very useful for you children, this foundation summer camp. And if any queries, just contact with that number, then we will provide all the information in detailed way. So children, and the mode of learning is through digital panel children. We are creating the wonderful videos to get the concept to be understood for you. So here we are creating the core concepts, the amazing videos there you can understand. So this is what our foundation summer camp course children. So if you are really interested, just just call in the down scrolling number or else visit our institute, right? So okay. And one more thing children, the first one week class are absolutely free. There is no need to pay 1 rupee also. So you can happily join and enjoy our classes, and you check your efficiency children. So this is what our foundation summer camp. So coming to the class children. So we discussed the level 3 questions, right? We discussed about up till 1 minute. So we discussed how the antibodies fight against the pathogen, and also 56th question, and what you have to discuss it, because 55th question we have to discuss, 55 question it is completed, right? Okay. So let's start the 56th question, which is a level 3 question children. Here they are asking the question, identify the given microorganism. They are giving the microorganism. They are just saying that identify the given microorganism and select the incorrect statement regarding it. They are asking the incorrect statement. What they are asking children? Incorrect statement. So what it is children? It is a bacteria, fungi or protozoa. It is a fungi. Name? Rhizopus. Right. It is a bread mold. Right. So these are the rhizoids, nothing but it is made up of hyphae, and the hyphae, when they are tangled together, we call them as mycelium. The collection of hyphae, what we call children? The collection of hyphae, we call it as mycelium. Right. So here the topmost, the rising part having the bob-like structure, that bob-like structure having the seed-like structures is nothing but the spores. When the favorable conditions they dispersed, and the favorable condition they again gives rise to the new rhizopus. This is how the fungi grow grow like. And what are the favorable conditions for the fungi children? Yes, they are the favorable conditions of the fungi is moist conditions are more favorable. Moist conditions are more favorable. Right children? Moist conditions are more favorable, and it is the rainy season is favorable. We can see that most of the mushrooms grow on the rainy season. Most moist conditions, dampy places there are grow. These fungi will attend to further more in the dampy conditions, wet conditions and rainy season. They are exactly opposite. They are fungi grow on the dry places? No, extremely not, because the suitable the environment is not suitable for the fungi to grow in those places, right? Because the moist condition only suitable for the fungi. So here is asking the incorrect statement they are asking. It is say saprophyte, commonly called as black bread mold, they are saying. Is it is saprophyte children? Of course fungus acts as is a fungi having the chlorophyll? No, fungi doesn't having the chlorophyll. Fungi doesn't having the chlorophyll. And also fungi is either act as a saprophyte or else by the act as parasite, by causing the disease for the plants, animals and humans. They either act as a saprophyte or parasite, because they have lacking of the chlorophyll. They cannot synthesize their own food, right? So here they are saying it is a saprophyte, commonly called as a black bread mold, they are saying. So here it is a saprophyte, they are saying. Of course it is a right answer. So see another, let's see all the options. Then we will decide what is the incorrect options regarding this question. So, it reproduces by means of spores. Of course, when the bulb-like structure containing the seed-like structures called spores, when they dispersed, they are fall onto the same place. If the ideal conditions, they will again grow back into the rhizopus, right. It results in the spoilers of food materials. Of course, it results in the spoilers of food materials. This is also right statement. First, B also right statement. So, it is a parasitic fungus that cause various diseases in plants, animals and humans. Of course, it is also right statement. The all statements are absolutely right, right. The B statement is correct, exactly right, and C statement is also right, and it is a parasitic fungus. Of course, there causes various diseases in plant, fungal disease in plants, animals and also humans, right. So, here see the first option. It is a saprophyte commonly called as black bread mold. They are asking C. Here they are saying black bread mold. No, right? It represents the cotton sheath on the bread loaves, right? So, here it is not a black bread mold. So, it is a rhizopus which forms a cotton, white, orange sheath like, formation on the loaves of the bread. That is why A is the incorrect statement. See, here we see the sum of the statement. It is a saprophyte. Of course, it is a saprophyte, but it is not a black bread mold. That is why the first answer of this question is wrong. So, the incorrect statement regarding this statement is first one is wrong. These are exactly right. They reproduce by means of spores, right. It results in the spoilers of food materials. If you are kept overnight, it will be results in the spoilers of food because of the fungus which attend to for the moist condition, right. So, the bread is most likely to observe the moist condition from the atmosphere. Then the fungi will grow on the loaves of the bread. And of course, it is a parasitic fungus that causes various diseases in plants, animals and also humans. For this question, the correct answer is B. Correct answer is A because it is an incorrect statement. It is not a black bread mold, right. So, coming to the next question, children. 1 minute. Okay. So, coming to the next question, it's a match the following they given, children. See, match column 1 with column 2. Select the correct option from the given codes they are saying. So, let's see here. So, they are giving the column 1, what they given, children? Anopheles. It is a mosquito, right? What is it, children? It is a mosquito. It is a mosquito. So, rhizobium is a bacteria. Rhizobium is a, children, bacteria, right. And penicillium is a fungus. Penicillium is fungus, right. See, first we analyze the everything, then we match the following. See, your first 3 options are saying it's a mosquito. Mosquito is caused for it is a vector for the carrying of protozoa plasmodium, right. Protozoa plasmodium. It causes the malaria. Plasmodium malaria. So, by biting the mosquito, we will not get the malaria. If the Anopheles mosquito which bite the infected person, then it is releases into the, if it is a pregnant, then it is releases into the healthy person. So, this is how the protozoa is carrying forward to the unhealthy person to the healthy person. So, here the first question. So, let us see the answer if it is there. Of course, it is a vector for malaria parasite. It is a direct answer, children. So, P is 4. P is 4. Sorry, 6. P is 6. The first answer is 6. Here, just eliminate the options, children. The first answer is 6. Right. So, here in option A it is there and option C it is there. Right. So, see, in option A it is 6 is there, in option C it is there. It means the options D and C should be eliminated from the given options. These should be eliminated from the given options, right. So, we are eliminating the B option and also D option, right. So, let us see the next one, rhizobium. Rhizobium is a bacteria which shows the symbiotic association Symbiotic association in the plants of leguminous plants. So what are the examples of leguminous plants, children? Leguminous plants, what are the examples of leguminous plants? They are pea plant, groundnut plant, right? The roots of these plants having the ball-like structures, ball-like structures, ball-like structures, in that bacterium rhizobium is present. Bacterium rhizobium is present. This bacteria, from the atmospheric nitrogen, it is converts into the nitrates, which is useful form. It assimilates in the entire plant body, and it helps in the making of nucleic acids like DNA, RNA, and proteins and amino acids. So this is how indirectly these plants are eaten by the animals, plant eaters, animals, and also humans. This is how the nitrogen content, which are indirectly we are getting. Is we have any mechanism, or animals have any mechanism to get the nitrogen directly? No, we don't have that mechanism to directly take the nitrogen. So this is how we indirectly taking the nitrogen and fixing ourselves, and making nucleic acids like DNA, RNA in every animals and humans also. So here what they said, rhizobium. So here the Anopheles muscaria, the first answer is the 6, and rhizobium, the bacteria, it is fixing in the, helps in the nitrogen fixation. So Q is the answer is 4, P is 6 and Q is 4. Q is, children, 4. So let's see the options, children. So here we eliminate, of course we eliminate B and D. In the A option, Q is also 4. Here Q is also 4. So we have to analyze very accurately the remaining. We have to check the another all statements also. See here, penicillium is a fungus, right children? Penicillium is a fungus. Here the given penicillin is a what, children? Penicillin is a fungus. It is a the antibiotic is prepared from the penicillium fungus, right? So here the fungus from which antibiotic is obtained is the direct statement. Here the answer is 1. R is for the R, the answer is 1. For the R, answer is 1. Of course here also the options, the R is 1 only given. So we cannot eliminate the 2 options, but we have to analyze everything, right? We have to analyze all entire max of following. See here it is, see children, mushroom is also a fungus, right? But we not helps in the preparation of the antibiotic, right? So here see, it is a mushroom. It's an edible fungus, because the mushrooms, not all mushrooms, but some mushrooms having the edible, which can commercially it is a it is useful more. By that mushrooms will get the vitamin B12, selenium, which helps in the making of the RBC and helps in the production of brain cells, right? So this is edible. Mushroom is a edible fungus. So here Q is the Q is the answer is 5, right? So here it is the C, children. Here is the Q is 5. But including that also, this is how we can eliminate the option C. But we will see the another more options also. Then we will get the clear idea of it. So lactobacillus, the bacteria which helps in the turn the milk into curd is nothing but lactobacillus bacteria. It is a bacteria, children. It is a bacteria. So it is a bacteria which helps in the turning of the milk into curd. So here the bacteria is responsible for curdling of milk, right? T statement is children 3. So here it is the 3, of course right answer. And coming to the S, hepatitis B. So hepatitis B is a what, children? So what is the remaining is there, children? So it is a viral disease. What it is, children? Sorry. Okay. So S is the 3 answer they given, right? 1 minute. We'll see here. So P is the 6, Q is the 4, and penicillium is a fungus obtained from the antibiotic penicillium is the antibiotics obtained from the fungus penicillium, and hepatitis B is a viral disease. The examples of the viral disease, one of the diseases caused is hepatitis B. Lactobacillus is the bacterium which is responsible for the curdling of milk, right? And mushroom is a edible fungus. Here is the P is the 6 and Q is the 4 and R is the 1 and S is the 2. So, here S is 2 children. See, let us see the options. P is a vector for malaria parasite. It is a correct answer, and it is not a protozoa, of course. So, S is the 2 answer and T is 3 answer, curdling of milk, right. U is edible fungus, edible fungus. Edible fungus, where is it is? Okay, fine, right. See here, the option is here, S is 2 children. It is the wrong answer, it is given. So, it is 2. So, the option for this question is, first option A, because Anopheles mosquito, we are responsible for the malaria parasite, and rhizobim is the helps in the nitrogen fixation, and penicillium is a fungus. In that fungus we obtain the antibiotic, and hepatitis B is a viral disease, and lactobacillus is a bacteria which helps in the making of the milk into curd, and mushroom is a edible fungus. There we get the important vitamins in the edible fungus are vitamin B12 and selenium, which helps in the brain cells formation and also helps in the red blood cells formation. So, that is why children, when you have a low blood count, so what will they refer, given the tablets, or will be the foliate tablets, iron tablets and vitamin B12 tablets. So, in the making of the blood, the vitamin B12 is also required, right. So, by the changing of food habits, we have to we have to change the food habits according to our body acts, right. So, we have to eat the healthy food, we have to eat vegetables, leafy vegetables morely, and mainly the we have to eat almonds. Like that we have to change our food habits according to our health. So, coming to the next question children, 58th question. What they are given children, study the given figures, 1 minute. Study the given figures and select the correct statements regarding this. They are asking the correct statement, right. Okay, it is a P children, it is a Q. So, let us see, is a P is a bacteria or algae or fungus or protozoa or virus. It is a P is a algae, it is a microscopic algae, right. It is a Q is a protozoa, it is also microscopic. Does the protozoa having the cell wall? No, they doesn't have the cell wall. Is the animals having the cell wall? Animals also doesn't have the cell wall. That is why it is very closely related to the animal cells. That is why protozoans are also called as, they are the first eukaryotic animals, right. So, here is the given organism P is unicellular algae. Of course, it is a unicellular algae, and Q is a parasitic protozoan. So, it is a statement is true. They are asking correct, right? It is true, and Q is a parasitic protozoan. Of course, it is a giardia, which causes the giardiasis in the humans. With the by the contaminated food and water, it travels to the human body, right. So, second statement is also correct. The first statement is correct, second statement is also correct, and coming to the third statement children, organism Q causes in human beings. Of course, it is also correct statement mostly, right. So, both the organisms P and Q cannot synthesize their own food, no. Here it is algae having the chlorophyll in it. So, those organisms who have the chlorophyll in it, they can prepare their own food materials, right. With the help of the sunlight, they can prepare their own food materials, and also algae can fix the carbon dioxide, up to 90% of the carbon dioxide fixation happens by the algae, So here it is can prepare their own food materials. So it is a wrong statement, children. So let's see, option 1 and 2 is there. Of course, option 1 and 2 is there in the A option, and C option and D option. So let's see, the third statement is there. Of course, third statement is there in the C option. So here is one is saying only two statements are right. So we have to eliminate this option A from the given options. So of course option B is also eliminating because of the option 1 is also right. So here we are eliminating the option B. And coming to the next, is the fourth option is right, children? Is absolutely wrong. So this is how we can eliminate the D option. So elimination from the given options should be, you have to know about it, children. Sometimes you will confuse with the statements. Then you can follow this method to analyze the correct answer. So here is the answer is, children, option C is the correct answer. Option C is the, children, correct answer. So coming to the next question. 1 minute. Okay, let's see. Let's see the next question, children. Here is the last question from the level 3 questions. Then we can solve some fill in the blank type of questions. Then you will get the clear idea of the. Okay, I think all you visible, children. All right. Okay. See, the manufacture of bread, beer, wine involves in the alcoholic fermentation. What is meant by fermentation, children? It is a biological process where the sugar is break down or converted into acids, alcohols or gases. Right? So with the help of the microorganisms like yeast and bacteria, as it occurs in the absence of oxygen, they are converted into they are considered as the anaerobic process. It is considered as an anaerobic process. But these organisms which follows the fermentation is maybe of the facultative anaerobes also. What is meant by facultative? In the presence of the oxygen also they cannot, in the absence of the oxygen also they can more act. It will show the more action on the process, right? The fermentation, the manufacture of bread, beer, wine. While making of the, why the bread is so fluffy and soft? Because of the process of fermentation, right? So in the manufacture of bread, beer and wine, so in the children, while producing the bread also, the ethanol will be produced, nothing but the alcohol. But by the breaking process, the ethanol or alcohol evaporates. By the action of the fermentation, along with the carbon dioxide, that is by the action of the carbon dioxide only, the bread is so fluffy and soft. So when it is rises, so it becomes soft, and along with that alcohol, ethanol is also produced. While baking it will evaporate it. So by making the beer, wine involves in the alcoholic fermentation of glucose to ethanol. Glucose is nothing but sugar. Glucose is nothing but, children, sugar. Is the our brain, our human brain, it does not take anything. It does not take anything, children, except glucose. Except, children, glucose. Except glucose, it does not take anything, because it takes more amount of glucose, little amount of fats, like that. But it requires glucose. It requires glucose, not carbohydrates and all that. It requires a glucose. So here what they are saying, the sugar, glucose is nothing but the sugar. So that is why in the break, before your lunch period, what you will feel? You feel so hungry. So you cannot concentrate on the board, because you cannot concentrate on the studies, because that time your the morning you ate the tiffin will be completed, and the glucose level will be little down. That is why you not at all concentrate, that much concentration you cannot focus on the class in the lunch break, because of the glucose will be down. So here see what they are saying. Okay, so glucose to ethanol by yeast, nothing but the alcohol also. Children, which of the following 5 statements connecting the process correctly? They are asking which of the 5 statements is correct regarding the fermentation process they are asking. So here it is the glucose, nothing but sugar. So glucose, the chemical formula is what, children? C6H12O6. They ask the chemical formula of the glucose. It is the chemical formula of the glucose. 6 carbons are there, H12 and O6. If just remember like this children, in the further more classes, you will get to know about more. By the action of yeast, yeast is a fungi. Yeast is a children, yeast is fungi. Yeast is fungi. Yeast is fungi. Yeast is fungi. So, by the action of the yeast, the glucose and nothing but the sugar is converted into ethanol or alcohol and carbon dioxide. Or children, carbon dioxide. And by the process of this, there will be the production of ATP also. So, what is meant by ATP children? ATP is a currency form of energy. See, when you want to buy something, you will say that I have tomatoes, give me your vegetables, like you have more tomatoes. If you are going to the shop and asking, I have more tomatoes, I will give you these tomatoes, you give me the groceries, you will ask. If they give like this in these days, no, they need the currency form, because you can buy with that money. Money is a it is a currency, right? For the we are having the energy. So, the energy currency is ATP. So, with this process, the ATP is also produces children, and NADH also produces. NADH also nothing but the ATP only. So, it contains the more ATP. If there is production of 1 ATP, in the 1 NADH is equal to 3 ATP. You will get to know in the further classes children, but just I am giving the overview of it. So, sugar is converted into the fungi in the presence of yeast, nothing but the yeast is a fungi. So, it produces the ethanol on carbon dioxide. This is how the fermentation is happening with the help of the microorganisms. It is as it is occurs in the absence of oxygen, it is considered as an anaerobic process. They are asking which statements which are correct. They are asking. Yeast carries out fermentation because yeast cells lack mitochondria. So, here these are the, we have to analyze each and every statement. Let us see the next statement also. For every molecule of ethanol produce 1 molecule of CO2 involves. Of course, in the production of ethanol, which means in the production of ethanol, there are 1 molecule of carbon dioxide involved. Of course, in the fermentation process children, in the fermentation process, there is a formation of ethanol and carbon dioxide too, right? So, it is a correct statement. So, let us see now another option children. For every 1 molecule of glucose is fermented, net 2 molecules of ATP is generated. Now, only I told children, in the by the breaking down of the glucose in the presence of the microorganism children, there is a production of, along with the ethanol and carbon dioxide, there is a production of ATP also will be done. How many ATPs they are generating children? The energy currency is 2 ATP they are generating, right? Of course, it is also a correct statement. So, more than 80% of the chemical energy of the glucose is released as heat, they are saying. Of course, let us see this. So, glycolysis is the integral part of the fermentation. What is meant by glycolysis children? Glycolysis is nothing but the breaking down of sugar. Glyco means sugar children. Glyco means sugar. And lysis means breakdown. Lysis means breakdown. Let us eliminate the options from the given question children. So, let us we will know that exact points 2, 3 and 5 are correct. 2, 3 and 5 are correct. Here see 2, 3 and 4 they given. So, it is the wrong answer. So, here 2, 3, 5 is there in the option B also. 2, 3, 5 is there in option B also. 2, 3, 5 exactly is there in the option C. So, C. Why I am saying that yeast carries out fermentation? Because yeast cells lack mitochondria. Why they lack mitochondria? They lack chlorophyll children. They lack chlorophyll. They do not have the lacking of mitochondria. What is the function of the mitochondria? Producing it is the powerhouse of the cell, right? So, as they are they have the mitochondria in itself. In the fungi having the cell organelles, right? In that mitochondria is also there. So, here as it is a unicellular fungi also it is having the mitochondria. That is why with the help of the mitochondria only it is producing ATP, right? Who will produce the ATP? So, children wait. So, what I said children, in the fermentation process, by the action of microorganisms like yeast or bacteria, there is producing the carbon dioxide also and alcohol also. Alcohol is nothing but the ethanol or alcohol. Okay, ethanol. and by that, along with that, there is a production of ATP is also happening. How this ATP is producing? Because the microorganism is having the mitochondria. It does not lack the mitochondria. It is having the mitochondria. The function of the mitochondria is production of ATP. What is the function of mitochondria, children? It is, it helps in the production of ATP. That is why, the mitochondria is also considered as the powerhouse of the cell. In the upcoming classes, more about the, the cell organelles and all that. So here they are saying, of course, it is a correct statement. They are saying yeast lacks mitochondria. They are saying lack, which means doesn't have the mitochondria. If they doesn't have the mitochondria, how they can prepare their own food? How they can produce ATP, right? So here it is the wrong statements. One is the wrong statement according to the given question. So here the one statement is wrong. So we can eliminate like this directly, right? More than, and the fourth statement. So here the 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5 are the correct statements. We analyzed it, right? So wherever the one is, we can eliminate direct the option. So we decided that 1, 2, 1, 3, 5 are correct. Sorry, 2, 3, 5 are correct, right? Because of the breaking down of sugar is happening. Sugar is nothing but the glucose. The process of breaking down of the glucose, we call it as, children, glycolysis. Right? So more than 80% of the chemical energy of the glucose is released as heat. No, it is releasing the carbon dioxide, right, children? It releasing as a carbon dioxide. That is why the dough of idli or bread will be raises. So here is the fourth statement is also wrong. That is why wherever the fourth statement is there, we can eliminate directly the option. So here is the C is the correct answer for this question. Here the C is the correct answer for this question, children. So coming to the next question. So I hope you all analyzed it correctly, children. So when the yeast action is happening in the conversion of glucose, children, there is a production of ATP also is there. How the ATP is producing? Who are producing the ATP? Nothing but the microorganism present in the yeast having the mitochondria. It is producing the ATP. This is how the fermentation process occurs and producing the alcohol or ethanol and carbon dioxide. Coming to the next question, here the filling the blanks, children. Dash, they are saying, see, dash is added to the pickles to prevent the growth of the bacteria. When we studying the preservative methods, children, we discussed about this, right? So dash is adding to prevent the growth of the bacteria. Which is adding to prevent the growth of the bacteria, children? So what are the natural preservative methods for to avoid the spoilage of food, children? Like we are adding the salt or sugar or vinegar on spices. So in the adding of the pickle, we mostly add the pickle and oil from the oil for the pickles to get avoid of the to avoid the microbe growth, right? So that is why in the pickles the more amount of oil will be present. Why it is present? Because the action of the microbes will be reduced. The microbes are more attentive for the growing in the in the area of moist condition is there. So here it is, the liquid is also oil is also liquid, but it is not more attentive than the for the action of the growth of the microbes, because the excessive salt is added to the pickles to prevent the growth of the bacteria, and it is also allowed in the it allows kept in the sunlight for the few hours. Thereby it can prevent the growth of the microbes. So the first answer for this question is salt. The first question of this answer is salt. Salt is added to pickles. Salt is added to pickles, children. Okay. Salt is added to pickles to prevent the growth of the bacteria. So next question. So milk is preserved by the method of. So when we are studying about the bacteria, children, we studied the pasteurization method also. What is mean of pasteurization, children? So when they are heating, the heating of the milk will be in the extreme 70 degrees condition, then it is allowed to the through small pipe. By again it is cooling down and packed it. Thereby we can store the milk for the long period. So the second answer for this question is, 1 minute. 1 minute, children. So here 1 minute. It is a pasteurization method. It is a children pasteurization method. Right? The first one is salt. Right. Next, the third fill in the blank. Dash is a chemical preservative used in the jams and squashes. They are asking jams and squashes. The chemicals which are used as artificial preservative methods, what are the children? We are using to preserve the artificial methods. There we are providing the sodium benzoate and nitrates. We are using the sodium benzoate and nitrates. For the storage of children, for the preservation of jams and jellies, for the to prevent to increase the shelf life period of more, it will be there in the long time in the jars. They are using the sodium benzoate. Sodium benzoate. Okay, children. So here the next one. Refrigeration slows down the dash of the microorganisms, which by the preserving the keeping the food in the refrigerator, children, which will be slow down, children, the action of growth of microorganisms. There we can prevent the growth of the microorganisms. Coming to the fifth question, children, boiling kills dash in water and food. It is also boiling kills the microbes in water and food. By boiling, what will happen, children? The microbes will be destroyed in the particular water or food or milk, right? So here is the microbes is the answer for it. Coming to the storing of food in airtight containers prevent the entry of microbes. Entry of microbes. And adding of salt. So adding of salt or sugar reduces the dash content of food, children, nothing but the bacteria. Reduce the bacteria or microorganisms content of the food. And coming to the last blank, children, dash is used to preserve and meat and fish for a long time. For the preservation of the long time, fishes and meat, what we will do, children? We will do the process of drying. Under the sunlight, children, what we will do? The drying process will be done for the more stories of the, for more stories of keeping the, meat food. Like meat and fish during, we will dry under the sunlight. The drying process is used to preserve the meat. So salt is added to the pickles to to prevent the growth of the bacteria. Milk is preserved by the method of pasteurization. And the dash is a chemical preservative used in jams and squashes, children. Sodium benzoate. What it is, children? Sodium benzoate. Okay, refrigeration slow down the growth of the microorganisms, and boiling kills the microbes in water and food. Microbes are nothing but the microorganisms only. Why we are calling microbes, children? As a seen can be through the only microscope, we can call them as microbes. Storing of food in the airtight containers prevent the entry of it is also microorganisms or bacteria mainly. Bacteria. Next question, adding of sugar, salt reduces the dash content of the food. Spoiling it avoids the spoil or growth of the microbes. These are very simple questions, children. So you can analyze easily and write these fill in the blank type of questions. The last one is the drying is to preserve the meat and fish for a long period of time. This is what the fill in the blanks, children, and let's see some of the blanks also. So let's answer this in the next session, children. I hope you all clear about this today's session. Take a quick screenshot for this, these fill in the blanks, and comment in the comment section. Let's I'll explain in the next session for these answers. I know it is very most easy questions I given to you. You can analyze it quick, easily, and give me the answers in the comment section. So this is what about today's session, children, and tomorrow we'll meet with another session with discussing about the accession and reasoning questions. So you can know about how to analyze the questions in accession and reasoning. So this is what about today's session. So let's meet in the tomorrow session, children. Before I am winding up the class, I would like to inform you a very important news for you. Here we are providing the NEET World, providing the foundation summer camp course over the period of 15 days. It is for the mostly to the 6 to 10 standard people who are going through the class. So upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th people. The core concepts which are discussed in this foundation summer camp is the basics of the NEET and JEE examinations. The core concepts which are essential for to learn, we will provide all the basic content for this in the 10 days. And after 10 days, children, the 2 days is of your conducting the activity based learning. By by the activity based learning you can know about how it is happening and all that. So you will get with great enthusiasm you can learn the concept. And after 12 days, the 13th day we are conducting the quiz, and we are giving the prizes also. There you can check your efficiency and before and after your performance. And 14th day we are giving the cumulative assessment of all subjects we are discussing. We are discussing the physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics. So we are providing the 14th day the cumulative assessment of all subjects we are providing. And 15th day, children, the career guidance program is given, and it is very it is very important day, the 15th day, was because if you have a dream, we don't know the path how to reach it. So we will explain what kind of exams you can write and how you in what subjects you have to improve more itself. So we are guide the process how to achieve it and all that. So it is through the both online also, children, and offline also. For offline people can happily come to our institute name called NEET World, present in Narayani Metro Station, near Metro Station, Hyderabad. And those who want to go through the online, children, down scrolling number is there, children. So contact with that number. There you can access our classes in our app name called MedWorld. So there we will give the access in our app name called MedWorld, children. So if you have any queries, furthermore queries, just contact with that number. And one more very important thing in children, so we are giving you the 1 week free classes, absolutely free. There is no need to pay 1 rupee also in these 1 week of classes. So I hope you all clear about it, and we are using the digital panel for you to get we are creating the wonderful videos, amazing videos to get to the understand the concept to be for you all. So this is how we made the foundation summer camp course in the period of 15 days. I hope you all clear out of it, children. So let's see in the classes, and the batches are already started, children. So and don't forget to comment in the comment section. I given the homework for you for that, and I sent you the screenshot now. So those are very easy questions, you can analyze easily and give the answers in the comment section, children. This is what today's class, children. I am signing off today. This is Narayani. Let's meet in the next class. Thank you.